Good day anime fans, today's episode of AniTube we're counting down the top anime where everyone is afraid of the main character. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you will not miss my other anime content. So let's get started. When Kodaka Hasegawa finds out that he will be transferring to a new school, he is determined to make a positive impression and maybe even some friends. However, Kodaka discovers he is out of luck when he immediately gets labeled as a violent delinquent due to his blonde hair and intimidating expression. Although a month has passed, Kodaka is still alone thanks to his notorious reputation. However, his life begins to change when he finds fellow loner Yuzora Mikazuki talking to her imaginary friend in an empty classroom. After sharing stories of their lonely high school life, Kodaka and Yuzora decide to overcome the difficulties of making friends together by starting the Neighbors Club. Created for people who don't have friends, daily activities involve learning social skills and how to fit in, which will hopefully allow them to make friends. Joined by the arid-loving Sinaka Shiozaki and other eccentric outcasts, Kodaka may finally have managed to find people he can call friends in this club filled with hilarious oddballs. When a mysterious creature chops the moon down to a permanent crescent, the students of Class 3E of Kunigigaoka Middle School find themselves confronted with an enormous task. Assassinate the creature responsible for the disaster before Earth suffers a similar fate. However, the monster, dubbed Koro-sensei, the indestructible teacher, is able to fly at speeds of up to Mach 20, which he demonstrates freely, leaving any attempt to subdue him in his extraterrestrial dust. Furthermore, the misfits of 3E soon find that the strange, tentacled beast is more than just indomitable, he is the best teacher they have ever had. Adapted from the humorous hit manga by Yuasa Matsui, and Satsu Kaishitsu tells the story of these junior high pupils as they polish their assassination skills and grow in order to stand strong against the oppressive school system, their own life problems, and one day, Koro-sensei. Dreaming of changing the world for good, Akuto Sai transfers to Constant Magic Academy, where he befriends a virtuous ninja clan member, Junko Hattori. On the way to the academy, they vow to make the world a better place together. However, the situation suddenly takes a turn for the worse. Upon his arrival, it is prophesied that he will become the Demon King. As word of his destiny spreads, the school begins to fear him, and Junko's trust in him falters. While Akuto is determined to not let his predicted future control his fate, it seems as though everything he says and does only serve to reinforce the fact that he is destined to be the Demon King. Moreover, he is surrounded by a harem of beautiful girls who each have their own plans for him, ranging from bringing him to justice to simply showering him with love. With his newly awakened powers, Akuto must cope with his constantly growing list of misfortune and fight to prove that his fate is not set in stone. Stars Charlie Blood is a powerful vampire who rules the eastern district of Demon World. According to rumors, he is a bloodthirsty and merciless monster, but in reality, Stas is just an otaku obsessed with Japanese culture and completely uninterested in human blood. Leaving the management of his territory to his underlings, Stas spends his days lazing around, indulging in anime, manga, and games. When Fayumi Yanagi, a Japanese girl, accidentally wanders through a portal leading into the demon world, Stas is overjoyed. But just as he is starting to feel an unusual attraction to her, his territory is attacked, resulting in Fayumi's untimely death. She turns into a wandering ghost, and the crestfallen Stas vows to resurrect her, as this would mean being able to travel to the human world, something he has always dreamed of. Blood Lad follows Stas and Fayumi, soon joined by the spatial magician Belle and the half-werewolf Wolf, as they travel to find a magic that can bring humans back to life. 8th grader Shigeo Mob Kageyama has tapped into his inner wellspring of psychic prowess at a young age. But the power quickly proves to be a liability when he realizes the potential danger in his skills. Choosing to suppress his power, Mob's only present use for his ability is to impress his longtime crush, Tsubomi, who soon grows bored of the same tricks. In order to effectuate control on his skills, Mob enlists himself under the wing of Arataka Ryujin, a con artist claiming to be a psychic who exploits Mob's powers for pocket change. Now, exercising evil spirits on command has become a part of Mob's daily, monotonous life. However, the psychic energy he exerts is barely the tip of the iceberg. If his vast potential and unrestrained emotions run berserk, a cataclysmic event that would render him completely unrecognizable will be triggered. The progression toward Mob's explosion is rising, and attempting to stop it is futile. In the backwater town of Belforest lives a 14-year-old boy named Renton Thurston. He desires to leave his home behind and join the mercenary group known as Jekastate, hoping to find some adventure to brighten up his mundane life. However, stuck between his grandfather's insistence to become a mechanic like him and the pressure of his deceased father's legacy, the only excitement Renton finds is in his pastime of riding the Traper wave particles that are dispersed throughout the air, an activity akin to surfing. Everything changes when an unknown object crashes through Renton's garage, discovered to be a light-finding operation, a robot capable of riding the Traper waves, specifically known as the Nervash Type 0. Its pilot is a young girl named Eureka, a member of the Jekastate, who requests a tune-up for the Nervash. Their meeting sparks the beginning of Renton's involvement with the Jekastate as he takes off alongside Eureka as the co-pilot of the Nervash. Alpha Stigma are known to be eyes that can analyze all types of magic. However, they are more infamously known as cursed eyes that can only bring destruction and death to others. Reiner Luke, a talented mage and also an Alpha Stigma bearer, was once a student of the Roland Empire's Magician Academy, an elite school dedicated to training magicians for military purposes. However, after many of his classmates died in a war, he makes an oath to make the nation a more orderly and peaceful place, with fellow survivor and best friend, Sienna Steele. Now that Sion is the king of Roland, he orders Reiner to search for useful relics that will aid the nation. Together with Ferris Eris, a beautiful and highly skilled swordswoman, Reiner goes on a journey to search for relics of legendary heroes from the past, and also uncover the secrets behind his cursed eyes. Nicholas Brown and Warwick Arcangelo, known in the city of Ergastelum as the Handymen, are mercenaries for hire who take on jobs no one else can handle. Contracted by powerful mob syndicates and police alike, the Handymen have to be ready and willing for anything. After completing the order of killing a local pimp, the Handymen add Alex Benedetto, a prostitute also designated for elimination, to their ranks to protect her from forces that want her gone from the decrepit hellhole of a city she has come to call home. However, this criminal's paradise is undergoing a profound period of change that threatens to corrode the delicate balance of power. Ergastelum was once a safe haven for Twilight's superhuman beings born as the result of a special drug, but are now being hunted down by a fierce underground organization. This new threat is rising up to challenge everything the city stands for, and the Handymen will not be able to avoid this coming war. Humans and demons are two sides of the same coin, as are Asaya and Gehenna, their respective worlds. The only way to travel between the realms is by the means of possession, like in ghost stories. However, Satan, the ruler of Gehenna, cannot find a suitable host to possess, and therefore, remains imprisoned in his world. In a desperate attempt to conquer Asaya, he sends his son instead, intending for him to eventually grow into a vessel capable of possession by the Demon King. Aono Exorcist follows Rin Okumura, who appears to be an ordinary, somewhat troublesome teenager that is, until one day he is ambushed by demons. His world turns upside down when he discovers that he is in fact the very son of Satan, and that his demon father wishes for him to return so they can conquer Asaya together. Not wanting to join the king of Gehenna, Rin decides to begin training to become an exorcist so that he can fight to defend Asaya alongside his brother Yukio. Ishiyama High is a school populated entirely by delinquents, where non-stop violence and lawlessness are the norm. However, there is one universally acknowledged rule: don't cross first-year student Tatsumi Oga, Ishiyama's most vicious fighter. One day, Oga is by a riverbed when he encounters a man floating down the river. After being retrieved by Oga, the man splits down the middle to reveal a baby, which crawls onto Oga's back and immediately forms an attachment to him. Though he doesn't know it yet, this baby is named Kaiser de Emperana Beelzebub IV, or Baby Beel, for short, the son of the Demon Lord. As if finding the future lord of the underworld isn't enough, Oga is also confronted by Hildegard, Beel's demon maid. Together they attempt to raise baby Beale, although surrounded by juvenile delinquents and demonic powers, the two of them may be in for more of a challenge than they can imagine. So what do you think of this list? Their name, and which is your favorite anime where everyone is afraid to the main character? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more anime related content. I'll see you next time here in Anitube.